YouTube, it's Louisa. Let me get this out of the way and say that my allergies have gone berserk today. So my eyes have been watering all day. I'm over it now, but there isn't much I can do. So I may have to dab my eyes a couple times and then you look, tired or whatever. Please excuse that. I don't have much control over that right now. So I will say though that this is my second video. I did my first one yesterday and I uploaded it. And I'm so thankful for all the views and the subscriptions and the thumbs up and the feedback, constructive criticism, all of it. I'm so grateful. You all have motivated me to do this video I'm doing now. So thank you for that. If you have more you'd like me to know, things I should do more of, or things I should do less of, or things I can change or do to improve, I welcome it. Just be nice, please. It's my second video. I'm a guru now. So today we're talking about Invisalign. After my video yesterday, quite a few people asked about it. They wanted to know what the process is, how long it takes, how much it costs, things like that. So I figured I'd do a video today that basically tells about my journey so far. There isn't much to it, but the little I have might be helpful to someone, so there. Before that though, I will say, you hear people say the camera adds about 10 pounds to you. I watched my video back after I uploaded it yesterday. And I'm like, dang, I look like I'm 20 pounds heavy. I'm like, what is this, corona weight? What in the world? So I don't know. I'm thinking, do I need to, believe what I see on camera and drop a few pounds, or do I need to ignore it and just chuck it up to camera gimmicks? I don't know. Maybe someone will tell me. Anywho, Invisalign. So like I said in my previous video, the issue I have with my teeth is right here. There's one tooth that's crowded. It's one tooth, but it's still crowded. I'm not sure why it happened. My teeth grew normally. Yeah. My teeth came out normally. They were totally fine. But this started to happen several years back, and I started to notice it in adulthood, like full adulthood, not teenage or anything. And I'm like, I watched it for a little while, but it seemed to get worse. And I started to look into getting it fixed because it was starting to bother me. It didn't bother me as far as my everyday life or really bother my confidence, but it was something I didn't like. If I don't like it, I can fix it. Why not? So I started to do some research and started to visit different dentists and orthodontists, trying to find someone who was reputable, good at what they do, and also would give me a good price. Now, I will say that Invisalign was not my first choice. I was looking more at traditional metal braces. I don't care about metal in my mouth. Some people think, oh, they don't want, metal in their mouth. It doesn't bother me any way, shape, or form. Besides, in all of the visits I had done, I always got a quote for traditional braces as well as Invisalign, and traditional braces were always cheaper. So that was what I was looking at. However, when I finally decided, okay, I'm ready to do this, no turning back, the place I went to, they don't do traditional braces at all. They only do Invisalign. However, when they gave me a quote for the Invisalign, it was very, very affordable. It was the most affordable price I had received in all my research, and had been to about maybe 6 orthodontists or dentists in all that time. So yeah. And I have a gap right here that I've had all my life, and I'm totally fine with it. I don't have a problem with it. I wasn't planning to change that. However, when they gave me a quote for top and bottom, even though what I really was focusing on was the bottom bit. I got a quote for both, and even adding the quote for both together, it was still incredibly affordable. So I decided, well, why not? Plus, I was also thinking, okay, if they only fix the bottom, what if my bite changes? Then I'm in trouble. Then may have to start the journey all over again to try to realign out. Yeah. So I figured, since it's so affordable, why not? So I'm going to end up having the gap up here closed, as well as fix the crowding down there. Now, as far as the process, when I found a place I was happy with, I went in for an appointment. They did trays. Doing trays basically means they put a mold in your mouth. It's kind of like putty texture, or maybe kind of like Play-Doh texture. It's not Play-Doh, but I'm just trying to describe the texture. Maybe a little softer than Play-Doh, kind of putty-like. Anyway, they put that in a tray and put that in your mouth, and you bite down, and that creates an impression of your teeth. The impression is what they use to create the trays, which become your Invisalign. They're called Invisalign trays. So I had that done. Ew, tasted yuck. I had that done, and then several weeks later, it took a while, but several weeks later, they called and said, "Oh, your first trays are ready." So they only do one set of trays to make sure that they fit properly and all that good stuff before they go on and make the other trays. So I went in, and I was given the trays. It was the 2 trays. So according to what I was told, my issue is not a big one, so it'll take about 6 months to fix, thereabouts. 6 to 9 months, I think they said, thereabouts. I'll need three trays. I mean, my first one, I got these ones towards the end of last year. I actually have an appointment next week. No, this week. I have an appointment this week to see about my second set of trays. I wear each set of trays for about 3 months. So I'm going in, I should be going in this week if I guess I need to find the time. So go in this week for my new set of trays. Now, the way it works, so I get there and I get my trays and they tell me to put them in to make sure they fit. So I put them in. It was pretty snug. I had to push down fairly hard to get them in place the first time. I was told that's pretty normal. I was also told that I should expect some discomfort to pain over the next few days, and that's also totally normal. I shouldn't panic. It's totally expected, and that Tylenol or whatever pain med I have at home should help with that. It'll only be a few days and then it'll go away. I was also told that I will probably sound a little different. I'll probably pronounce words a little differently from how I normally do, only because there's something in my mouth and I need to get used to it. And once I get used to it, that will all go away. And that's been true. However, I noticed that the first day, an hour passed, no pain. 6 hours passed, no pain. All night came, morning came, no pain. Long story short, I haven't had any pain or discomfort at all. And I'm thankful I didn't have to, experience that. But no pain at all. I guess that's not true for everyone because they warned me about it, that, to expect it coming. It didn't come. I did talk funny for a little while. People always said, "Is something in your mouth? Why are you talking like that?" So I'd explain I have Invisalign, So I talk a lot better now. I still pronounce every other word, slightly differently. Like I have a lisp, but it's fine. It's not too noticeable. My eye. It's not too noticeable. People understand what I'm saying, so that's totally fine. Now, as far as the Invisalign themselves, I will take them out of my mouth. Well, I'll take one out of my mouth now, so you can see what it looks like. I'm gonna put my hands in my mouth. Anyway, okay, so the way I go to get the bottom ones, I use my thumbs. I have 2 of them. I use my thumbs and I go here. What I'm trying to do is get under the trays. So I go here on the sides and I push up. And that's what they look like. If they look a little grimy, that's because I've had them on all day. You're supposed to wash them. I'll get into that. But that's how they look, like that. So to put them back in, same thing. And that's all there is to it. When you're not wearing them, they go in this case. I got a case for them. That's how they look. I put them in there. Now, you're supposed to wear these for about 20 to 22 hours every day. You only take them out to eat and to brush your teeth. That's it. My first couple of weeks, I did that religiously. I was a very good girl. I obeyed the rules. I took them out only to eat and to brush my teeth every other time they were in. But I'm a snacker. I like to snack during the day, at night, when I'm out and about. And then I drink a lot of juice and Coke. Don't judge me. Sorry, my eyes water. I drink all of that. So after a while, it started to get hard because I'm like, okay, somebody has baked a cake and I want a piece, but I can't now because I have this thing in, and I don't. You can't eat with them in your mouth. My very first day, I thought, what do you mean you can't eat? I had a muffin, and that thing got all up in there, stuck in between my Invisalign. It was a mess. Like, it was, ugh. So I learned my lesson. So you cannot eat with them in your mouth. You have to take them out. And for me, I started to, take them out to eat something, and then I don't remember to put them back in until like 4 hours later. And, maybe I put them in, but I just don't feel like being bothered. And I don't take them out. I drink juice and soda and stuff that, will stay there and cause damage if you don't. Yeah, so I will say that if I knew then what I know now, I probably would have gone with the traditional braces anyway. With Invisalign, you need a lot of discipline. Because you have to stay committed to the process. If you don't use them for the allotted time on a regular basis, they won't work. End of story, period. However, with traditional braces, they're in, and that's it. You can't take them out no matter what you do. So whether you're trying or you're not trying, it'll do its work because it doesn't come out. With Invisalign though, I guess if you're trying to lose some weight, it'll help, because if you can stay disciplined and committed, you won't be able to snack as much as you used to or drink all the junk that you used to. So that might help with weight loss. I'm not promoting this as a weight loss aid. No, I'm just saying that for someone like me who snacks a lot, snacks all the time, drinks juices and Cokes and stuff, not being able to do that, if I'm committed, will make a difference. I mean, just period. If all I'm doing is eating my breakfast, lunch, and dinner and nothing else, because I don't want to be bothered with, pulling them in and pulling them back. I mean, imagine being at work or being in a room of people and you want to take a snack, but you have to put your fingers in your mouth to pull this thing out in front of a whole bunch of people watching. You're probably not going to do it. So you will politely decline and keep it pushing. So I think it will help with weight loss a little bit. But like I said, if I knew that what I know now, I probably would have gone with traditional braces. It's less of an effort for me on my part to make it work versus Invisalign. It's all up to me how committed I am as far as how much it'll work. Now, I will say that I'm coming up to the end of my first 3 months, and I don't think I noticed a change at all in my teeth. And I was researching it, and the research says that for most people it will take several weeks, something like 10 weeks thereabouts, to start to see small changes. But I haven't seen anything, and I felt some type of way about that. Like, come on now. At least a little itty bitty change to encourage me. I don't see anything. Now, that said, it may be my fault. Maybe I'm not wearing it as much as I should, because I will not lie. There have been days where I didn't put them back in at night because I didn't feel like being bothered, or because I knew I was going to eat another snack. So I haven't been as diligent as I could be. And if I get there and they say that, well, when I say they, I mean the dentist. If I get to the dentist and they say, oh, there is some change, I will make sure to, be a little more disciplined with my next set and make sure they're in for at least 20 to 22 hours per day. These things are plastic. So if you do get them, when you're not wearing them, don't just throw them in a bag, or don't just throw them in a drawer, or throw them around or whatever, because they are plastic. They can break. In fact, they probably will break if you don't take care of them. Like I said, I got this case. I'm not going to show the doctor's name, but I got this case. It opens up like that. So when I'm not wearing them, I'm supposed to put them in here, which is what I do. Now, of course, if you're in your bed or something and you want to take them out and you have a nightstand, you can, place them on there, but don't just throw them around. Besides, outside of them breaking, you can't just throw them in a bag and then pop them back in your teeth. I mean, all the stuff and junk and stuff. No, I mean, dental hygiene, don't do that. If you can, always put them in the case. If they're not in the case, always put them maybe in a napkin and then place them on a table or somewhere. But you don't, once they break, you have to get a new set, and that's more money, and who wants that headache? And then it's probably several days without, no, it's not worth it. Don't do any of that. I think I have covered everything I can think of. Oh, one more thing. Every night you're supposed to take them out and clean them the way you'll clean your teeth. So with a toothbrush and soap and water or toothpaste. I use toothpaste because I'm like, soap, I don't know about that. So I use toothpaste to wash mine. Yeah, wash them. And you're supposed to do that every day. There is no major significance to that, except that if you don't clean them every day, they'll start to look grimy. And when you look at people or talk to people or smell at people, it's going to look like your teeth are dirty. And technically they are, because if your Invisaligns are dirty and you put them on your teeth, then teeth are dirty. So, yeah, you need to clean them. Again, that's more work. You see what I'm saying? You need some discipline and some determination to make this work. You don't have to go and be brushing your braces. I mean, you have to brush your teeth, but I mean, you have to brush your teeth, maybe 2-3 times a day, or maybe you brush your teeth after every single thing you eat. Excuse me, but it's there. You don't, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my Invisaligns, and I'm hoping and I'm praying that I see the change I need to see soon. But if I knew then, like I said, what I know now, I probably would have gone with the traditional braces. Now, if you are concerned about how your mouth will look, if you're concerned about, all the metals shown in your mouth, if you're in a line of work where you would rather be discreet about it, then by all means go with Invisalign, because unless you come really, really close up in my face, and I don't even know why you'd be all up in my face in the first place, but unless you come really, really close, you can't tell they're in there. Now, the only indication is to people who have known me for a long time and who know how I typically sound. I might say something like, you said that word different. What's, then I'll be like, oh, Invisalign. Outside of that, nobody can tell. I don't even think my mother noticed. Or notices until something reminds her that, oh, there's something in her mouth. It's quite discreet, to be honest. So if you're concerned about your appearance, go with Invisalign. Now, some orthodontists have said Invisalign is a little bit faster. I don't believe that. I don't see how plastic can be faster than metal and wires that are actually pulling your teeth. I don't see how. Most orthodontists have told me traditional braces are quicker. Some have said Invisalign is quicker. A part of me feels like those that said Invisalign was quicker or faster, we're just trying to sell it because it costs more in most places. So I don't know that I believe that. But hey, do your research. Whatever works for you is what you should go with. Whatever you feel more comfortable with is what you should go with. But remember that Invisalign takes discipline, a lot of it. And you need to be committed. And you need to, be able to do what you need to do to make sure these things work. Like I said, if you're not wearing them for 20 to 22 hours a day, they're not gonna work. You wear them all day and then you don't wear them at nighttime for I don't know what reason, your teeth will shift back during the night. Especially in the early stages, they will shift back during the night. Now, for me, sleeping at night, I was expecting that I'll be uncomfortable. I mean, there's something in my mouth. No matter how discreet it looks, there is something in there, and I know it's in there, and I can feel it in there. So I thought I would be uncomfortable. The first 1 or 2 nights was a little like, that's a little different. It was a little different, but it didn't particularly bother or interrupt my sleep. And since then, I sleep no problem. I don't notice it. It doesn't, not that I don't notice it, but it doesn't bother me. It doesn't feel like there's something in my, there is something in my mouth, but it's not uncomfortable to sleep in. Basically, it's not something it's not something that's in there and it's on your mind all the time because you feel uncomfortable or whatever the case is. I sleep totally fine with it. So that's not an issue. I can't think of anything else to tell you about this right now. If I do, I can make another video, or you can ask me a question, I can answer it. The price, I'm not sure if I should say, but I should go to the dentist this week, or my appointment is for this week, but I don't know if I'll have the time. So it might be next week or a couple of weeks down the line. But I will ask them if it's okay to say the price I got, because the price I got is crazy good, and it's not because I'm special or whatever. That's just the price. But I don't know if they will want it on the YouTube video that's going to be broadcast to the whole world, really. So I will find out, and if I get the go ahead, I will let you know. If you ask me and I've gotten the go ahead, I will give you the answer. If you ask me and I haven't responded, it's because I haven't gotten a response yet from them as to whether or not I can do that. So I have rambled on long enough. Please leave comments. Please subscribe if you haven't. See, I'm a sweet, sweet, sweet girl, so why not? Please give me a thumbs up. Please tell your friends to subscribe. And yeah, let's do this. Happy 2021. It better be good to us. We've suffered enough. Toodles.